You were a John Madden 25 player video games, man, I would say, look, you would love to use Kyler Murray and Marvin Harrison and just have fun with them. But other than that, that's it, man. Like it's going to be a nice show. Every Kyler Murray and Marvin are going to have a couple great passes and catches during the season. But other than that, nobody's watching those. Nobody's watching it.
Greetings and salutations, and welcome to the Odd Coaches Podcast NFL Divisional Preview with the NFC West. I am your host, Dr. Keith Adams, and with us today, academic and athletic consultant with the CKSA Project, George Ocker. George, are you ready to hear about that team from California for the next half hour?
I am blessed to be here in this time with this young man who is going to sing from the harps about how great this team is. So yes, I am.
All right, Captain for life, Will Cotton, who's had about 20 good years of this. Welcome, and are you ready to talk about California's finest?
Oh, like George said, thank God that I could make it home from golf to I was trying to make this show. That was my thing to do. So I'm glad I made it, and I'm glad my boy is showing.
All right. And San Francisco 49ers fan number one, Following Campbell. Following, always good to see you. How are you as we talk NFC West?
Hey, I'm doing well, man. And as these guys said, they couldn't wait to make this episode, man. So I had my anniversary, told wifey, look, man, I gotta be on this show right here. You know what I mean? This is important. All right. 11 years. I said, nah, I gotta be on this show to talk about my team. So that's it.
And random trivia note. His wife is the voice of our show, so that's probably legitimate. So, fans, the Odd Coaches Podcast NFL previews are designed for the casual fan as we talk about things strictly for entertainment purposes only. In segment one, we'll talk the big story for each team in the NFC West. Segment two, we'll do over-under and roster ranking. And in segment three, we'll talk postseason. But first, following the big question with the San Francisco 49ers. What are you going to do with Brandon Ayuk? And you've got some money to pay out to some people. What say you, sir? Because they sound like they mad.
I honestly don't know what they're gonna do with Brandon Ayuk. Again, Purdy's coming up, so the money is tight. You got guys, Trent Williams is holding out as well for contract. I don't know, more guaranteed money. I don't know what it is, but it's just so much going on. You know what I mean? Will they be able to keep Brandon for the future? I doubt it. Hopefully he plays through this year. If not, we got to make a trade. That's just how it's gonna go. But I'm interested to see what John does. I mean, he's a magician as a GM. I don't know how he's gotten all these guys to get max deals and still be under the cap. So I mean, we'll see what happens.
All right, Cotton Man. What's San Francisco going to do, man? There's a lot of people out with their hands out and can't pay everybody. What do you think?
Yeah. It's unfortunate, man. I'm not like Fowler said. I'm not really sure what they're gonna do with Ayuk. I wish they could have kept him. I mean, the guy was amazing last year. I think there was a long portion of his first 20 catches were either like a first down or like a touchdown for like the first 6 or 7 games straight. So that guy is very, very critical for the team. Unfortunately, they're probably gonna have to let him go. I don't know if they're gonna get picks. I know they're in their window to win the championship, so it may be a big name that they pull over. That's a contract. Could be Devontae Adams, anybody else they could grab. But we'll see. I know, just like Valor said, the GM is very smart. He knows how to finagle and things and do what he has to do. To be honest with you, I would love to him to spend the whole year and then work the whole contract and then get undrafted and start the whole free agency next summer. But I know that's not how it works in the NFL. But we'll see what happens if the GM can fix this up, because that kid he's amazing. Ayuk is a beast.
I tell you this, he's not going for no damn picks. He ain't going. He gonna get something in return. We trying to win now. Ain't nobody worried about no
picks. George, you are our seasoned administrator. What say you about the 49ers?
This is an interesting situation because it creates a problem for the 49ers in twofold. One, Ayuk is the stretch the defense for them. Without him, you can't stretch the defense, which means that piles up. So it takes, more. There's going to be more rubbish in there for McCaffrey to try to get past, uh, and Debo. So that's a problem on the field. Off the field, it causes that ripple effect within the locker room. Like Ayuk's not here, how's this going to affect them in the locker room? So that's going to be the big one right there, man. Because I know part of it they're looking at like Debo got paid, why couldn't I get paid? You don't want to turn people on each other, but it's going to be, they gave McCaffrey this money, why can't I get the money? So it's going to be one of those situations, man. So
All right. George, I'm going to stay with you for the Los Angeles Rams. Can they make another Super Bowl? They finally got rid of the distraction of Aaron Donald. And yes, he's a Hall of Famer and all of that stuff, but man, that's a lot to deal with. And again, you're an experienced administrator. Sometimes you need to say bye to some people, and that's okay. Sean McVay is supposed to be the boy genius. Can they do anything in Los Angeles? What say you, sir?
yeah, they're dangerous. I mean, it's going to be that's the if you want to talk about who in the division who's going to pose the biggest threat to San Fran, it's them. The Rams are a scary bunch right there. Losing Donald hurts. But they got they got the big boy from Oregon back down in there. So they got some players. We'll see how it gels. I can't count Stafford out, but I can see him making the Super Bowl run. Um, NFC East I mean NFC West is came in back because they all pick up the same opponents, and it makes things really tough. Because everybody out there's got a tough schedule this year. So, but are the Rams for real? Yes. Do I think they'll make the playoffs? Yes.
All right, follower, and do the Rams give you pause, sir?
They do. They do. Like George said, man, I'm a big fan of Matt Stafford, man. I thought I'm glad Detroit let him out of there at that time. And he came and he did what a good quarterback does. He won a championship or a Super Bowl for them. So he scares me. Their defense is solid. So I wouldn't be shocked if they were, a wild card team, just like, the other team in the in our NFC West.
Well, do the Rams cause you pause? Should I get my pen out and take some more notes on the Rams?
I don't know about a Super Bowl run, but I think they could definitely make a little playoff run and definitely mess up some things up for some people who may think it's too easy on the road. They got what they need. They got to pick it up on the defense side. They were kind of okay on the defense side last year. They picked it up, and who's to know? I mean, down the line, if they're playing really well, if they're neck to neck with San Francisco, and they're going into the playoffs, do you call Aaron Donald and do you say, hey man, all we need is 4 games. All we need is 5 games, and we can make this run. So I think definitely they could make a long run. We'll see about a Super Bowl run. I don't know, but they could definitely make a nice little deep playoff run.
Okay, Will, I'm gonna stay with you as our video game aficionado. Will Kyler Murray regain his superstar status with the Arizona Cardinals? What say you, sir?
Superstar is strong. I never even thought he was a superstar to begin with. I thought he was just really good, but he was never a superstar. But I think he will bring a lot more. They'll bring some like foundation for their offense. They didn't really know what they were doing. He was injured. When he came back, they kind of won a lot of games that they shouldn't have won. They beat the Eagles. I remember late in the year that got them a lot of they were hyped up. They added Zay Jones, and they added some guys, and they should be all right. They still got the Marvin Harrison kid, right? Marvin Harrison, he's over there. So they're going to be a fun team. I mean, they'll be a fun team. I don't know if that equates to or turns into wins, but they're doing everything they can to kind of keep Kyler get back to that superstar status. But I don't see it, to be honest. I think he's going to be a good quarterback, but they need a little bit more to actually be competitive in that division.
All right, Fowler, and does Arizona bother you?
Look, man, if you were a John Madden 25 player video games, man, I would say, look, you would love to use Kyler Murray and Marvin Harrison and just have fun with them. But other than that, that's it, man. Like it's going to be a nice show. Every Kyler Murray and Marvin are going to have a couple couple great passes and catches during the season, but other than that, nobody's watching those. Nobody's watching it.
George, does Kyler Murray get back to segment A on Sports Center this year?
Well, he gonna get back to segment A because he gonna be running for his life, and then the other part, but the thing that's always concerning with the Cardinals is, sometimes you go down to Phoenix and weird stuff happens. It has happened to the Cowboys a number of times. It's happened to San Fran. It's happened to a couple of teams have gone down there and they lose in the desert. You're like, how do you
Philly.
lose this game? So they're going to get a few of those wins where they're going to sit back, scratching your head like, how the hell did they do that? But outside of that, that'll be it. It'll be entertaining. Marvin Harrison might have 1,000 yards and Kyler scramble for a bunch. But, it ain't – they're not making any noise. It ain't nothing on.
George, I'm going to stay with you, Seattle. So I like Geno Smith. It's a great story, but it's well documented that I like Sam Howell as well. I enjoyed watching him. I have friends at the University of North Carolina who swear up and down it was their fault, not Sam's fault. So who are you playing at quarterback in Seattle, Geno or Sam?
Training camp's going to be interesting. That's where that's where I'm going to start. It's going to be interesting. Geno went from having a great year that first year as a starter to a subpar year last year. I think Geno starts off, and if they get slow and get in a rut, then they're gonna go to Sam. And see what he can do. And he doesn't have a bad supporting cast right there. Seattle's probably still one of the toughest places to play in the entire league. That defense brings it, and the one thing with Seattle is that run game is punishing. So, they still got the same dudes back there. So we'll see. We'll see.
All right, Fowler, and you've been on the show for 3 years now. And I always do remember you say Seattle more than anybody. Find some foolish way to get a W off of you. Do you still feel the same way going into this season?
I do. Actually, Seattle is the team that scares me more than the Rams. Again, I don't know why there's a QB battle between Sam Howell and Geno. Like I thought Geno played really well last year. I mean, he had over 3,000 passing yards. He had 20 touchdowns, only nine interceptions. And then you got Sam Howell who had 21 touchdowns and 21 interceptions. So I get it. He's with, a different team, but it's not even comparable. I think Geno's their guy right now. Sam is younger. So maybe that's the future. But if they're going to be successful, Geno's got to be that starting quarterback, and he got all the pieces around him, man. So Kenneth Walker, DK, Ty, like these guys are dangerous, man, and their defense is young. They got they scare me more than the Rams, honestly.
Okay, well, Pete Carroll is no longer there. So now you got Geno and Sam with a new coach. Geno was with the old coach. Sam came in with the new coach. Who are you playing?
Oh, I'm playing Geno, and it's not close. It's not close. I wouldn't even ask people if his job is in jeopardy unless he's hurt or he's secretly like he hurt or something. You know something? I don't. Shit. But yeah, I don't think he's in. But I think just like we talked about in previous shows, Seahawks and other teams in the NFL have realized, like, man, look, we're gonna have a long season, and if we have 18 games and maybe Geno misses 2 or 3 games, is Sam Howell good enough to get maybe 2 of those 3 wins, or not, fall apart in those stretches? Again, remember, Geno just got paid, so they're not gonna sit him down, and Howell never really showed that he's a threat in any way. He's lucky to be with Seahawks. You know what I'm saying? I forget what Pete Carroll, I think, wasn't Pete Carroll mostly known about his defense? Like he was a very defensive mind person like that.
Legion of Boom, something like that. George, I'm going to defer to you.
Yeah, he was, but they also had that controlled passing game that they had because they got their receiving core right now is best thing I can say is dangerous because
But Mike McDaniel, I mean, I think that flourishes it up. That could maybe take it, to the next level. Maybe he's calling plays or things that he likes, or he puts DK in different ways that we haven't seen what Pete Carroll used before. But like you guys said, they're dangerous. You know, they're very dangerous. But is his job in trouble? Nah, his job ain't no trouble. Get out of here.
Let's take what Mr. Cotton has to say about Geno and Sam Howell with a grain of salt. He still got wounds from last year, dealing with Sam Howell as his starting quarterback. So he's still trying to get over that whole situation. So
Man, I
Hey,
was Lamar last. Man, I was Lamar last year. So I know you talk about.
all right. So fans, in segment 2, we're going to talk over under roster ranks again, strictly for entertainment purposes only. I'm going to have my pen out. I hope you have yours out too. We'll be right back on the Young Coaches Podcast. This is Dr. Keith Adams, president of the CKA Safe Project, with a question for you. Are you passionate about supporting student athletes? If so, then become an official member of the CKA Safe Project and make a difference today. With your membership, you'll be able to help us provide essential academic and athletic support to underserved communities nationwide. Join us in empowering student athletes to achieve their full potential, both on and off the field. Together, we can build a brighter future through education and sports. Visit ckasafeproject.org and choose your membership level now. $25 is a bronze level membership, $50 is a silver level membership, and $100 is a gold level membership. Be a part of the change. Become a member of the CKA Safe Project today. Welcome back to the Odd Coaches Podcast in segment 2. Let's talk over under following. San Francisco 49. Over under 11.5. And their roster rank is 1 in the NFL. What say you, sir?
Over, and it's not even close. Not even close. G, don't even shake your head. Not even close.
Okay, George. Over under for San Francisco, 11.5. And again, roster rank is uno.
I'm
Number 1.
sending hate mail to the commissioner's office because these Bammers got all their tough games at home except one. And they got a hard schedule, but all the tough games are at home. So most of them are everybody got to fly all the way across the country to
4
play.
o'clock start.
So that's some bull. That's some just straight bull. All right. Anyway, what is it? Oh, what's the over?
11.5, sir.
It shouldn't even matter, G. Go ahead. You know what it is.
Yeah, man. I'll go. They get 12. Sorry.
Okay.
I get 12.
Will Cotton, what do you say, sir?
That's a hell of a schedule, man. I'm just looking at it, and man, that is if they get 12 wins from this schedule, man, they're going to win Super Bowl. And especially if one of those wins go against the Chiefs, I mean, I just think they going to have. I mean, it depends. The last 3 games, the last 3 games, I'm gonna reel it in back. Yeah, give me 12, man. I'm gonna keep it low.
Because the teams beat the Chiefs in the regular season and get monkey stomped during the playoffs.
Man,
let's leave that alone. Let's leave it alone.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say I'm leaving it to 12 and keep perspective. I'm not.
Will, I'm gonna stay with you. The Los Angeles Rams over under 8.5. Their roster rank is 14. What say you, sir?
Yeah, I like them. I mean, we all 3 of us said they're going to be a playoff team and they're going to be dangerous. So I got them making at least 9. So give me the over.
All right, George. What about you, sir?
I'm saying I'm looking at the schedule now. I'm just saying, yeah, they can do it.
Okay, following. Can they get to 9?
Yeah, they'll get to 9. Right. And we're going to be beating each other up a lot, man. So our conference, but I think they can get to 9.
All right, following, I'm going to stay with you. Seattle, over under 7.5. Their roster rank is 17. What say you about Seattle?
I actually like them around 9 and 10. I'll take them over. I think they're going to surprise a lot of teams this year, man. So we'll see.
Okay, George, Seattle, over 7.5. Under 7.5.
I'm putting my money on that right now. I'm taking over on that right now. If they get 7, that's all they gave them was 7.5. Yes,
7.5, man.
Okay. Oh my God. Yes. They're going to do that.
Got to get the 4-color pen. Will, what do you say, sir?
Yeah, give me the over. I don't know if it'll be enough to get them into the playoffs, but they should definitely get in wins, 8 wins for sure.
Those last two playoff spots in the NFC going to be a dog fight to get. Like
Yeah,
they're going to be because
yeah.
that's going to be a
Because think
dog.
about it, it's going to be between the Eagles and the Cowboys going for the last wild card. That's going to one of the NFCs,
Who
and
gonna win
then
it? Whoa, who's gonna win the NFC East?
The
the
other one.
Eagles.
Oh, okay. You
Ooh,
got that.
no, the Cowboys. Cowboys going to the East.
Okay, so then you got the Eagles, Seahawks, the Rams, the Lions, and somebody else battling for
You got
the
the Packers. The Packers are a tough team. So there's
Packers gonna
Packers.
win. Packers gonna win the North, yeah.
Oh yeah, let's never mind. Let's go to the next one. Let's go to the next team.
Look,
right.
hey,
Next,
all you had to do was
go
look
to the next
all you had to
team.
do was look at Fowler's face when I said it. Packers gonna win that one.
All right. So we've all talked about Seattle because I've been distracted. So Fowler in Arizona, over under 6.5. Their roster rank is 28.
Look,
What say you?
I'll tell you this, I haven't even looked at their schedule, and I'm gonna just put it under. Like that team right there is just they're bad. Again, we're gonna have some highlights from Kyler Murray and Marvin Harrison, but team is not assembled the right way to to win 7 games.
George, what say you, sir?
Okay, so this is my other thing. Unlike the rest of the NFC West, they got all their hard games except one on the road. So how did they do this? Well, anyway, what's the over on these Bibles, y'all?
6.5. 6.5.
5. I'm going under.
Will, what do you got, man? You gonna have me
I love
watching the
it.
Cardinals all week, all year?
Oh yeah, I love Arizona, man. Great state, great golf, but I'm gonna take the under for sure. Ain't no way.
Oh
Yeah.
Nope.
man. All right, so fans, when we get back in segment 3, we'll do predicted order of finish. And is there a Super Bowl team coming out of the NFC West? I think Fowler believes so. We'll be right back on the Coaches Podcast. This is Dr. Keith Adams, president of the CKA Save Project and author of Finding the Balance, my personal journey to academic and athletic success. This book is your key to unlocking the secrets of being a successful student athlete. Drawing from my 30-year career as a teacher and coach, this instructional guide offers a unique perspective on achieving success in both academics and athletics. With over 15 personal stories and insightful antidotes, Finding the Balance is a must-read for student athletes, parents, coaches, teachers, and administrators. Visit www.ckasaveproject.org to get your copy and start finding the balance today. Welcome back to the Odd Coaches Podcast. And in segment 3, let's do predicted order of finish. Fowler, let's get this out of the way, sir. What is your predicted order of finish for the NFC West?
I'm obviously San Fran's number 1 by far, not even close. But this is the interesting, and I'm going to take Seattle. Seattle number 2. I'm going to take Seattle number 2 just to make it interesting. And then Rams. It's going to be close. It might come down to their matchup. You know what I mean? The two games they match up, but I think that's hit or miss. And then we got the other team at the end.
Will Cotton, what's your predicted order of finish, sir, for the NFC West?
I don't know what y'all talking about. Niners, Rams, Hawks, Cardinals. I'm talking about Seahawks. What's in that cup you drinking, man?
These guys break.
I don't know what's in that cup.
Every week that they're on. George, what's your predicted order of finish?
I got the Niners squeaking by winning the division. The Rams and the Seahawks battling a close second. We go Rams, Seahawks, and then and I really like Scottsdale. It's like Scottsdale's a nice place to visit.
Love it.
I saw WrestleMania in Phoenix, and of course, go Lopes, Grand Canyon University. But yes, they're last 2. All right, following, how many playoff teams do we have in the NFC West?
At least 2. I would say again, I'm going to take Seattle. Seattle and the Niners.
All right, Will, how many playoff teams?
Two teams. It's going Niners and the Rams.
Niners and the
That's it.
Rams.
I don't know I don't know what my colleague is talking about.
Hey, it
But
doesn't matter. The Niners, it's the Niners anyway. You know what I mean? What are we on? What's all the other stuff we
somebody need
talking
to check
about?
his cup.
Hey,
I don't know. Somebody need to check his cup.
hey, Will,
I don't know what's in it, but it ain't
Will,
water.
Will,
Talking
tell
like
them
that.
Seattle ain't make it last year.
The whole new year. They got
George,
Oh.
what we got, man?
We got two playoff teams. We got the Rams and the Niners.
Okay. And again, I'm going to get this out of the way. Following, do we have a Super Bowl team coming out of the NFC West?
the Super Bowl champs will be coming out of the NFC West. Yes. The champs. Not contenders, the champs.
Delusions of grandeur.
Will, do we have a Super Bowl team coming out of the NFC West?
Yeah, I mean, didn't both y'all just say they were Super Bowl? What was the name for the Rams? Can they make a Super Bowl run? And y'all said yeah. So y'all should have said Rams. I'm gonna say really only is the 49ers, in my opinion. That's the only one.
All right, George, what we got?
I think the 49ers can make a Super Bowl run, and then it'll be interesting to see if these individuals are allergic to success. because they break out in a rash every time they get close. So
every time something comes up.
I want to see what's happening.
Yes, and we'll see many absences usually when a team is lost at 1:00 and we can't find certain people. But I won't say anything about that. I will leave that be and see how many shows Mr. Campbell will be on. But I do call him and say, "You coming on tonight?" And now that we have another mouth to feed, he's got another clean excuse. So.
Hey, when we win the Super Bowl, you guys just make sure, because this energy is going to change in here. I'm telling y'all.
The last 2 years?
The last 2 years? Wait a minute. We was texting you all last year because we watched the Super Bowl at the same time. Yeah. And you was on the other and then wouldn't talk to nobody. Everybody was like, everybody calls Shaq.
Exactly.
Everybody calls Shaq.
And then 2 years ago, the same thing. We were talking to you the whole year, and you ain't hit me up. And then Mahomes did Mahomes magic, and then you disappeared for like 2 months, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you.
That's what I told you. If he lose again to Mahomes, this Bama,
he's gone, bro.
We're gonna have to go check on this Bama,
yeah. But yeah, you gotta take. I'm gonna take a picture of you now, man. You're gonna disappear. He's gone, bro.
We
got a beard, come back, dreads.
Hey Keith, keep his wife's number because we gotta keep on.
We gotta do
a wellness check.
We're gonna have
Bama, yeah.
We're gonna pop up in your house, like
we're gonna have to, because dang.
This has been wonderful. So on behalf of our cavalcade of stars, I'm Dr. Keith Adams saying thank you for listening and or watching the Eye Coaches podcast. And we'll see you on the sidelines. Till next time, take care.
The Eye Coaches podcast is sponsored by the CKA Save Project. The CKA Save Project is an industry leader in providing student-athlete academic and athletic support. From assessing student-athletes' academic and athletic skills to measuring and monitoring student-athlete academic progress to improving student-athlete time management and organizational skills, the CKA Save Project provides wraparound services for student-athletes from middle school through college. For more information, visit us on the web at www.ckasaveproject.org or schedule a free consultation with Dr. Keith Adams by emailing cka@ckasaveproject.org. We hope you enjoyed today's show. The Odd Coaches podcast drops new episodes every Tuesday through Friday on most weeks. Make sure you subscribe to the Odd Coaches podcast on Apple Music, iHeartRadio, Podbean, Spotify, and YouTube. Follow the Odd Coaches podcast on Twitter and Instagram at Odd Coaches. Follow Dr. Adams on Twitter and Instagram at CKA Save Project. In addition, follow Coach Mike Francis on Twitter and Instagram at Coach Franchise, spelled Coach FRANCHIZE. For more information about the CKA Save Project, please visit them on the web at www.ckasaveproject.org. See you next time on the Odd Coaches Podcast.